Hey y'all, welcome back to the Be Like D channel. It's your girl D coming back with a new show called Queens, and it comes on ABC. Okay, so it's gonna be your girl's first scripted TV show that I'm gonna review. And it got everybody in it. It got Eve, it got Brandy, it got Naturi Naughton, aka Tasha St. Patrick, okay? And I ain't really like her as Tasha St. Patrick, but we'll see what you give this show, girl. We'll see. The episode opens up is 1999. Hey, 1999, right? Anyway, so it's 1999. It's back when they was doing their music video for their girl rap group. They was a girl rap group called Nasty Bitches. I was like, what? Why was that they name Nasty Bitches? Okay, so it started off with Eve, which I think they gave her props because she's the only one that's actually a rapper. Because, and in real life, because Brandy is an artist, but and Naturi Naughton was an artist. I don't know if she's still doing music now or what, but yeah. And then the other lady, she mostly just an actor. I don't know where this rap thing came from. Are they doing voiceovers for her or something? But anyway, I feel like since they got three people that are former artists or actual artists in real life, they could have got one more that was an actual artist. But I guess they couldn't find another actor / artist. So we got her. But we'll see, girl. We'll see. So they start off with Eve rapping, and then her rap name was Professor Sex. Okay. And then they show her doing her verse. Then they flash back to, reality 20 years later. Her name is Brianna. So I'm trying to not say Eve, I'm trying to say Brianna. So Brianna is married. She got, I think, 4 kids. She all in mommy mode. And her husband is having problems because he having like migraines and stuff like that. So he been taken off a whole semester. He a professor. And because he having migraines, he had been taking time off and stuff like that. And then she tried to give him a quick little pep talk. They try to give each other a quick little, yeah. And then they show us Naturi, aka The Thrill. Her name was The Thrill. I'm like, that's a rap name for you? But okay, The Thrill. And she do her part. And I'm like, okay, it's interesting to see her as a rapper. And then they show us, boom, her reality 20 years later. Her name is Jill. So Naturi is Jill. And she is a Catholic now. She's deep in the church. She's in a confessional. She's doing a confessional. And she's telling the priest that she sinned and she done cheated on her husband. And then apparently it's with a woman because she was like, and I can't. And she ran out. So now we have the Latina girl. Her name is Butter Pecan. And that's her rap name. Her rap name is Butter Pecan. But in real life, her name is Valeria. And I guess she's the only one that's successful out of all of them. She a talk show host at some TV talk thing called The Shade or some shit like that. So they show her, and apparently she got bumped off of an interview, and she mad. So she putting some kind of elixir or something in this lady's cup. So I'm like, okay, what, are you poisoning bitches now? And I hate that they didn't tell us what it was. What did she put in the cup? But anyway, so she put the thing in the lady cup. And then we get over to Brandy, aka Explicit Lyrics. She doing her rap from 1999. And it was interesting seeing Brandy being a rapper. It was cool, I guess. And then they show, boom, back to reality. Her name is Naomi. She in some bar. She's singing. She on the guitar. And then somebody in the crowd noticed her, like, ain't you that girl from Nasty Bitches? And then she spit her, her little rap or whatever from the song Nasty Girl. And then, she dropped the mic and leave. Now they show us, they wrapped up their video, and the manager was in it too. His name was Eric or whatever. And apparently he go up to Brandy, aka Explicit Lyrics, and he said something in her ear and got her all like, And then, so I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a problem. Why they dating the manager? Why are you dating the manager? But, you know, it was the 90s. I mean, it still happened today, but damn sure it happened back in the 90s. So, then they showed them, you know, they music video was done. They all hyped. They going, you know, all the times they was on top of the world. Everybody was like red carpets and stuff like that. And then they show Brandy walking off. I'm trying to stick to the names. They show Explicit Lyric walking off, and they asked her why she left the stage during the performance. Is that the end of Nasty Bitches or whatever? And then she was like, yes, and she got in the car and left. Now we're over to Eve, aka Brianna, and she was coming from the grocery store, and she in her little sweats or whatever, right? She got a stain on her shirt and shit. Then you got two, like, I don't even know, I'm gonna call them teenagers, because who the fuck is just standing in the damn parking garage, leaning on somebody else's car and just making out like crazy? Like, who does that? And how you own somebody else's car? But anyway, they own her car. She like, excuse me, they ain't listening. So then she just opened up fucking trunk up on her ass. And then she like, oh yeah, excuse me, it's my car. And then the dude was like, oh, is that the girl? Are you from Nasty Bitches or something like that? No. He said, no, you look famous. You famous. And then she was like, you know, smiling. He like, from TLC. And then she's like, ain't nobody from TLC be, you know, dirty sweats buying prune juice. Boy, you crazy. And then Eve was like, rude. Snapped her ass back to reality, because then here she go running to the lingerie shop trying to get something cute, got her hair cute, got her body looking cute or whatever for her husband, right? Then she going upstairs, and then she hearing moaning, and then boom, he in the room. Well, first of all, she falls on a damn toy. I'm like, oh hell no. And then that's what, you know, got them to hip and jump up real quick. But she really would have caught them in the act if she would have bust their door open at the moment. But anyway, so she busts up in the room, and then she like, really? And then the girl, I'm surprised at the girl's reaction. She's like, I'm so sorry. You said she was going to be home. She was like, sorry. She was like, I told him we have to use condoms. I don't even like condoms, but I told him we have to use condoms every time out of respect for you. Bitch. I would have went to jail for whooping the student's ass, because if he was a college professor, she old enough to get her ass whooped, okay? Well, should be, because one, you knew he was married, and then you trying to tell me you was respecting me by using a condom instead of respecting my marriage and just not fucking with my husband. Okay. And then Eve is calmer than what anybody would have been, and anybody would have thought Eve would have been. So you definitely know this is the role. This is the role of Brianna. So let me start calling her Brianna, because this ain't Eve now. So Brianna is like, you know, shocked, like, what the fuck is going on? And then he gonna ask her, what you got on? Like, that's the point of this whole situation right here. Eve was saying that she dressed like that because some kids at the store made her feel like she was disgusting. She was disgusting and wasn't good enough to be TLC. And then the girl gonna try to say, no, you're beautiful. It's nothing like mature beauty in this shit. And then he looking like, get your ass out of here. Don't tell her she look mature, okay? So then the girl leave. And then Eve just mad, and she look over and she see, I like how she peeped that it wasn't no one-time thing. One, the girl already said every time. So it wasn't no one-time thing. And he consciously put his ring on the side. So you took your ring off knowing, oh yeah, let me get down a bit. So I like how she peeped that. And then she told him, you know, she gave up everything for his ass. Okay, then you got Jill, aka Tasha, Tasha St. Patrick. And apparently she a little bit on her Tasha shit, because even though she's supposed to be called holy now, she in the restroom doing a fertile test or whatever to see if she's fertile, so her and her husband can have a baby. And she don't want to have sex with him because she's gay. So because she's a lesbian. So she takes the test, and then the test says she's fertile, and then she like, damn it, I gotta lie. She was hoping it wasn't gonna be fertile. She was playing, she holding on to her necklace. And no, she is fertile, but then she go out there and tell that whole lie to her husband. And I'm like, that is so wrong. That is so wrong, child. But and then of course he is also in the church as well. So he's like, well, it's all in God's plan and da da da. So yeah. So that was their whole thing. So Tasha, you up to your same old tricks, okay? Okay, so now Jill's mistress comes over, and apparently she mad because she ain't tell her husband that, you know, she want to be with her, and they over, okay? And then she gonna talk about, I want to be with somebody that's out in the open. Like, girl, you start messing with a married woman, what you think was gonna happen? Come on now. She doing just like how the men do when they say, yeah, I'm gonna leave him, and they ain't done did the damn thing yet, okay? So she gonna get mad and leave. I'm like, girl, bye. Your fault. So now Naomi, aka Brandy, she going over to her daughter's house. Okay, they don't live together, right? So she going over to, well, actually her mother's house, where her mother takes care of her daughter. And she comes to the door, and the mama like, why you doing this? You ain't been here in a year. I said, a year? So you not taking care of your daughter because why? Okay, and then the daughter gonna tell us, because the daughter went to the door, and then she like, hey, she was like, I ain't seen you in over a year. And she was like, she's like, well, I am your mother. You gonna let me in? She was like, no. And and she said, no, you ain't my mama. You somebody that come around every once in a while with a lame gift and excuses of why you can't, you ain't never around. She's like, well, you know, being on the road is hard. And like, and it's hard for me too. I'm like, girl, you chose to be on the road. You chose being on the road in your career that you're trying to get, like his daughter said, a career that you lost 20 years ago. You trying to hold on to that instead of trying to be there for your child and raise your own child. Okay, that makes sense. And then the girl said she said when she looked past her own issues and really think about her mother, that she feels sad for her. She feels sad that she's chasing a dream, and she feels sad because she's so reckless that she don't even know who her father is, who the daughter's father is. And she said, just told her, she said, I hope you find what you're looking for. And she closed the door on her ass. I said, ooh. Well deserved, girl, well deserved. And so now we back over to Valeria. And after she done put that stuff in the old girl drink, and the girl apparently having some kind of racial outburst. I don't know what's going on here. What did she put in her drink? You can't, truth serum, what the fuck was that? She got her loose lips and shit. She's saying all kind of shit. All lives matter. And then she said something else, I guess, that they had to bleep by, pretend bleep by on TV. And Valeria over there loving it. I'm like, this bitch sneaky. So we know who's gonna be the villain, okay? So now we're over to Brianna again, and she had family dinner, and she looking across at her husband, and she just can't contain her anger, so she just get up and leave. She go outside, she get in the car, she trying to, decompress or whatever. Then she hear their old song on the radio. Apparently, some new rapper sampled it or whatever. So they all hear it at the same time. Well, not all of them. It's Brianna calls Jill, and Jill's like, oh, okay, y'all call me, blah, blah. So then we got Brandy in her car, and she hearing it too. And then they show us Eric, the old manager, going to talk to Valeria and telling her, and then she like, hey, and he's like, long time no see. And then he said he want to get the band back together. And then she says, and why would I do that? And he said, because we owe them, what we did. I'm like, what the fuck y'all did? And then apparently they was messing around, because she was like, that's what happens when you tell somebody you love them and they hurt you or something like that. You don't talk to them for forever. So I'm like, okay, so he had a thing with Brandy, aka, what the hell is Brandy's name? Naomi. So he had a thing with Naomi, and then he had a thing with Valeria. So was that the demise? But what is they talking about when he said, what we did? So what y'all do? So yeah, they finna get the whole band back together. Okay, so they now all meeting up at the place. So they already got Eve already there, aka Brianna. Brianna's already there. Then Jill comes. They all happy to see each other. Then Naomi comes. They all, you know, gee, hey. And then here comes Valeria. And soon as Naomi hears Valeria's voice, she already like, this bitch. She's like, and then it clicks to Jill and Brianna that they still got beef. And Valeria coming up like she just a bad bitch. She all like, what? And then Naomi just hauled off and attacked her ass. And I'm like, okay, on sight, bitch, on sight. Even though, girl, 20 years ago, 20-year-old beef, okay? And even Brianna and Jill was like, oh, come on now. It's been 20 years. We too old for this. And then after she attacked her and stuff like that. So then they get up off of her. Eric come in and try to break it up or whatever. So then Eric is like, yeah, I know y'all all must be here because y'all heard the song. The artist is my artist, Lil Muffin. I was like, her name Lil Muffin? What the hell? Okay, but anyway, she's like, yeah, it's my artist. And it's like, so we want y'all to perform at the BET Awards in 3 days with her. And they're like, Brianna was like, I'm a mom now, I don't rap. And then he was like, it's $50K for each one of them. So they're not splitting $50K. Each one of them get $50K if they perform with her. So of course they like, hell yeah, all right, I need the money. But then Jill are like, well, I'm still in my parish. I'm still active. It's a lot of stuff I can't say right now. And then Brianna like, girl, throw some holy water on that ass. It's just gonna be for one day. Let's try to make this money, okay? But then Naomi is like, well, we can't all just hop back on stage and act like everything all good. And then she turned toward Valeria and she gonna need an apology. She the reason that the group broke up. And so then Valeria all thinks she a bad bitch. She all hard. And then she's throwing shade. And she all like, you stubborn and egomaniac. Which I think you're talking about yourself, girl. Because you look like an egomaniac. And then she was like, she only showed up because she feels sorry for them because she's the only one that's that like basically, you know, went on to, you know, have stuff after this. And then they all looking like, what, bitch? They all should have hauled off and whooped her ass because you ain't finna say some shit like that to me. And then so she leave or whatever, say she ain't doing it. And so after all of that, Brianna, Jill, and Naomi go ahead and go to like lunch or brunch or whatever. They drinking or whatever. And they saying that Valeria ain't changed. And then Naomi was like, no, Jill was telling Naomi that it all came down to Eric because y'all both was fighting over Eric. You had a thing for Eric, but he wasn't checking for you. And Valeria landed him. I was like, is that what happened? Because just from the little bit we seen, I felt like Naomi and him was messing around because when he was out whispering in her ear and shit. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like Valeria came out of nowhere with the dude. So we'll see though. You know, we're gonna get the backstory eventually. And Brandy threw something out. She threw something back at Jill. It said something about when she had her coke. She said she was doing blow every night. And then of course Jill's looking like, oh. And of course Brianna like, hey, don't be throwing it in her face like that. Which was cold, but it gave us, you know, Jill, the thrill was being a little wild back then. So now she all, you know, holy and got her skirt all the way down to her ankles and shit. But anyway, so Brianna go ahead and open up to them and said she caught her husband instructing one of his students. I'm like, girl, why you just ain't say you caught your husband cheating on you in your bed, in your house, girl? You might as well have gave all the details. Because they already was like, do he still got his penis after that? Because apparently when she dated Ja Rule, and he was outside some kind of club kissing Foxy. That's so funny because it sounds like real life, but it's not. Kissing Foxy, and she got mad. She was like, did you get mad when you seen that? No. You went and set fire to his Ducati or whatever. So they're saying that she needs to, find her Professor Six back and become that fierce woman she used to be and get his ass. And then they all go to their rooms or whatever, except for Naomi. She see Eric at the bar drinking, and then she go over here to him talking about, buy me a drink. And then here we go, you falling back into the same shit you ended up with 20 years ago. And she told him to stop all that chit chatting, and he tried to flirt back with her. I was just like, really though? What's we doing already? You already? Well, you know what? She prone to bad decisions because she ain't even parenting her daughter. She's still trying to make a career and not parent her daughter. I mean, you couldn't have did both. You couldn't have did both, but all right. So, they end up having sex. They showing us the little scenes in between that. I'm like, oh, girl. So now we're over to Valeria. She walking in the building like she a bad bitch. Everybody looking at her like, girl, what? And she thinking, And it turns out they got her dumb ass on camera switching the cup with that lady. She ain't even do it smooth. The lady handle was this way. She put her cup right here, and then she take it, and it's like, girl, you made a whole scene of picking up the cup. And anyway, they like, what the hell is this? And she was like, do you think I poisoned her with some kind of racist elixir? If you think so, then you're have fun in court or some shit like that. I'm like, girl, bye. He was like, you don't want to, do you really want us to look into this? Do you really want us to investigate? How about you just step down and we all move on from this? And then she go in her car, she mad. She had to step down. Well, that's what you get, bitch. That's what happened when you play dirty, okay? And then she decided to go to meet up with Brianna, Jill, and Naomi. They all at lunch or whatever. And she's like, hey guys, okay, I'm down. Sorry, I was just being petty. I'm like, bitch, don't try to come in here and try to smile up in our face, okay? And then of course, Naomi get an alert on her phone, and it says that alert about Valeria saying that she stepped down from her position after 3 years. And then Brianna was like, you got Google alerts on the bitch? She was like, yeah, keep your enemies close. I said, okay, you know what? I like that aspect of Naomi. Like, you had your eye on that bitch. You knew something was off with that bitch. And then she says, the girl she's trying to make her case, but I hate that she was talking real fast. She was like, yes, I'm sorry guys. I know I did that to y'all, and then I come back and ask for a favor. Yes, I'm that person. I'm sorry. Like, girl, what the fuck was that? I ain't know. Well, you know what? 50K, we would have performed together, but I've been done with your ass. She's like, I know y'all don't owe me no loyalty because I never gave any to y'all. I'm like, okay. So you never gave them no loyalty. But then all of a sudden she gonna say, but they was the closest thing to family she had when they was together. So how was y'all family if you said you ain't never had no loyalty to them? Okay. But anyway, so they're like, okay. And then of course Naomi just looking at her like, yeah, but, and then they were like, I'm still gonna need an apology. And then so she said, well, okay, I'm sorry. Nah, bitch, you have to run down that list of why you sorry. Don't just say I'm sorry, because she don't mean it. She don't mean it. I don't like this woman, y'all. I don't like this woman. She is definitely the villain of the show, I'm thinking, and she's going to be the little backstabber, apparently. That's what I'm getting from it. But anyway, so, I'm going to say Eve. Brianna was like, so we got a church lady, a mom, a washed up musician, and a disgraced daytime TV show host. They got to perform at the biggest black TV show awards in 4 days. So how is this not gonna be a disaster? And I'm like, oh yeah, how is it not gonna be a disaster? Y'all ain't performing in 20 years, but y'all got 4 days to get ready for a major event? Okay. So now they're doing a cypher, and it's pretty cute. I'm like, okay, so they all rapping. Even the little muffin girl, she come in and do her little rap in the middle. And I like how they saved Eve for the end of the cypher, because she killed it. She killed it at the end. I was like, okay, she going hard. Then the music stopped because she was supposed to have been stopped, but she was still going. I was like, okay, bitch. She was going hard. Talking about that damn husband. So then he show up and he like, Bree, you gotta come home, Bree. And then she's like, I told you I need my space. And he's like, it's cancer. It's cancer, Bree. I'm like, boy, you don't get the fuck out of here. Well, she was like, well, he like, it's cancer, Bree. The cancer, the tumor is causing headaches and blah, blah, blah. I need you to come home. I need you to come home. I don't want to tell the kids alone. And then some flash to them at home. They done told the kids. And then he like, well, see, I've been looking up, Grey's Anatomy, doing research. Like, nigga, you doing research on Grey's Anatomy? Stop. Stop. He wanted to be cursed out, I swear. He wanted to. Yeah, I was doing research, i.e. Grey's Anatomy, and depending on the location of the tumor, it could be why I was cheating. Like, boy, you tried to blame you watched that episode where that dude had impulse controls because he had that tumor in his head, and he married that girl out of not even knowing her ass. So, okay, I know what episode you watched. It was shut the hell up, okay? But anyway, and gladly she ain't fall for that shit. She was like, are you serious? So you want me to watch an episode of a TV show to make myself feel better about you cheating? And then she was like, and then you didn't even give me the satisfaction to be pissed. You had to go and get cancer. I was like, right, okay, like it sounds harsh a little bit, but no, that's what happened. He was cheating, and then she didn't even have time to be mad enough, And then then he come with his little sob story. I got cancer. It's a tumor. And then she was like, oh, you're not gonna die. I'm gonna nurse your ass back to health so I can leave your ass. And I was like, that might take a while though. Like, you gotta battling cancer take a long time, girl. So you can help him and be divorced at the same time, I would say. Because you got a long way to go. You don't know how long this stuff gonna last, or if he gonna be in remission. It's a lot of stuff that go along with this. So girl, don't wait. Okay, so now we're over to Naomi and Valeria. Apparently Naomi, I guess, writing some raps or whatever, and then here comes Valeria coming up in there talking about, I always said if I had half your talent, where would I be, or whatever, something like that. And then Naomi was like, well, you parlayed it. So I'm like, did she bite her style or something? Like, cause she keep throwing jabs out like she stole her shit or she copying off of her or something like that. So we're gonna see though. But then she tries to have a human moment with her and says how, don't you got a kid now? What happened with that? And then this one made me think the dad is Eric, but then it might not be Eric. So because they said you had a kid with another man, but I don't know. I feel like it could have been Eric because she said that he wasn't ready to be with her or to be a father, so she didn't even tell him. So I'm like, is that Eric? Because he wasn't ready to be with you because he chose old girl. But maybe not. I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. But then I'm also thinking, like, maybe not. But who else could it be? She know who it is, though. But anyway, so then she's talking about, her daughter just want her to be around and stuff like that, blah, blah. And then Brandy was like, okay, thank you. She's like, can we go back to beefing? Because all this mushy shit is enough. And I'm like, girl, yes. Stop all of that, because you know why? She a snake. Valerius ain't nothing but a snake, and don't fall for the trap, okay? Not again, girl, not again. And then here we go. They back in this damn love triangle, because here come Eric, and she's telling Naomi that she hate that the one true love she had, she let slip away or whatever. And she looking at Eric ass coming in. I'm like, ugh. Really? They really just started back up the same shit for 20 years ago. Like, how? Is this Amina and Tara? Tara, whatever the fuck her name was. They dumbass fighting over Peter Guns. Is that what this is? But anyway, so, and then Brandy / Naomi peeped that she looking at old dude, and then in her face still, right? This how I know Valeria know what the fuck she doing, right? So she all like hugging on him. Hey, I made dinner plans or something like that for them to go to dinner or something. And you can't say no. And then he like, hey, but looking over at Brandon like, oh, we just had our thing the other night. And then Brandon doing that look like, same old, same old. And I'm like, yeah, dumbass, same old for you too, because you still in the same predicament in a damn love triangle with this dumb bitch. But anyways, so then he like, well, I guess I can. And he looking at Naomi. I'm like, oh my goodness, y'all started this shit up. Okay, so now Jill is in the restroom, and the little muffin girl in the restroom crying about her team and people want her money and shit like that. And then Jill trying to give her a pep talk, like, don't let this persona and this industry, change who you are and be who you are, because when it's all over and done, you ain't gonna know who you are or whatever. And then so she having a good moment with her, and the girl invited her to come over to her party tonight. She was like, I got the plug on Benihana delivery. I don't know why that was funny to me. She said she got the plug on Benihana deliveries, okay? And then she was like, okay, we'll come. So then Jill, Naomi, and Valeria show up to go to the girl little party or whatever. It ain't even no damn party. It was just her in the house, unless people just left when her ass overdosed. But apparently she in the house overdosed. I thought she was dead though, because her eyes was open. She had the whole dead look, right? They call the ambulance. Boom, she in the hospital. She fine. I was like, what? Okay, I guess. She looked dead though. Her eyes was open. I could see her eyes was closed, and was like, okay, maybe she just passed out or whatever. Overdose, not a mini overdose, but not as bad. But she looked dead. Anyway. So Jill is in there fighting for the girl. She's telling them that she's not a business and da. And is it me, or did the girl seem like they was her pimp? Because she was like, these my peoples. The girl voice is already annoying. But when she was like, these my peoples, I was like, girl, is this your pimp? That's what it sounded like. So Jill is mad because they treat her like a business, and then the guy talking shit, talking about they not gonna be performing no more. It's just gonna be her performing. And then Jill get mad. She like touching her neck, just turn the other cheek, and she smack his ass. And then of course Brianna wasn't there, so it's like, you smacked them. And they show the next scene. She was like, yep, smack the shit out of him. Now they mad. It's like, it would have been funny if he was the guy that was giving them the opportunity to perform. So now they all mad. And now Naomi got attitude saying that not everybody got a perfect life like her. And then Jill's like, I don't have a perfect life. Stop that. Shut up. Shut the hell up. She get up, and then Naomi like, well, shut me the hell up. I'm like, okay, Naomi, you be ready to fight. Even though old church Jill. But anyway, so, and then Jill comes out to them and says she's gay, and that she's in love with somebody else. And then of course, I'm happy somebody said that her husband don't deserve that. I'm like, yes, you need to figure that shit out, because you're dragging somebody along, and you got his hopes up thinking y'all gonna have a baby. That man's gonna be crushed. But anyway, so they had a little kumbaya moment after that. Okay, so now Lil Muffin come in and she apologizes, and is that voice supposed to be like her persona voice? Because now she don't sound like in my peoples no more. She's like, I'm sorry you guys, I apologize, I still want you guys to perform because you guys are there for me, blah blah. So then they go to the performance, they did a good performance, everybody kind of changed up their lyrics from the original song. That was cool. Like I said, I feel like they keep giving Eve her rapper shine, because she's an actual rapper, because she came out the gate again, first person out there rapping. Anyway, so I feel like the only person that didn't really change their lyrics that much was Valeria, because I think she's so basic though. She basic. Every time when she rapping, I don't. Like I said, they could have picked somebody else. I feel like they could have picked somebody else that was better at this, but let me know what y'all think, because I don't think she did good. But anyway, so what's her name, Jill decides to change her rap completely, and she telling her girl, she basically talking to her mistress, telling her that she feel bad when she's sleeping next to her man, and she want to tell him so bad, and she gonna hold on to her and kissing the girl, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, so you just declared your love for this girl on national TV, and I'm sure your husband is watching it too. Is he watching it? Well, maybe he not. But still, somebody, it's gonna get back to him. Church people messy. It's gonna get back to him. I seen your wife, and she said something about kissing a girl. That's how he gonna find out, which is fucked up. You couldn't tell him, but you can go and tell the whole damn world. Okay, that part I don't like. I don't like. He don't deserve that. And you keep saying he don't deserve that, but you still doing fucked up shit to this man. Okay. But anyway, so we're at the end of the episode. They thought that was just gonna be their only performance. Now all of a sudden they finna do a Lil Muffin and Queens. They all changed their name from Nasty Bitches to Queens tour. So that's what this whole little season I guess gonna be about. They on tour with this little girl. Alright, so that's the end of the first episode of Queens. I think it was pretty good. It gave me a lot to talk about to me because I can't stand how Jill treating his husband. I don't like how Brianna trying to stay with this husband knowing damn well he a damn fool for trying to say he got medical advice from Grey's Anatomy and then she gonna nurse him back to health and then divorce him. Girl, don't do that. Not in that order, okay? And then Valeria, evil villain ass. I don't trust that bitch. Her and the ex-manager Eric, the fuck they got going on. And then Naomi being stupid. Apparently she just know how to fall into the same patterns all her life because she ain't taking care of that damn child, but she want to be over here trying to search for a dream. And then you gonna wait till you get that dream and then you gonna go back to your child? No, she gonna be a grown ass woman and doesn't give a fuck what you got going on. But okay. But anyway, so that was the episode of Queens, episode 1. I really like the show, so y'all should go ahead and try it. They do got it on Hulu as well, so go ahead and check that out if y'all got Hulu. Alright, so drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought of the episode, of all the characters and what's going on. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Be Like Thee channel, alright?